Okay, so in the last video, we created an array of strings using a %W. I like to call it a shortcut. I forget what the official term is. It's just an array shortcut to me. Don't really care what else it's called. So we use %W to create an array of strings, but one of the problems with that is that we can't do an array of strings with multiple words. But we can do the dash kind of as a space. So we create %W of arrays of strings, and then when we have a string of multiple words, we just separate the words with a dash. So what we need to do is we need to iterate over each array in the string and then manipulate the strings with array methods. So if you want to try this on your own, pause the video and start here. All right, let's get started. So we'll create our array, x equal %W. We'll do Hog, meow, and we'll do Corey loves Ruby, and then Corey's Flutter tutorials ain't too bad. And along the way, I'm not going to print this out because we've already seen what this looks like 1,000 times. It'll just return an array of strings based on the spaces. But now, what we need to do is we need to use the map method. So the map method is a special method for arrays in Ruby that take a block. So it takes an index, and for each index you do something in the block method, and then it returns a new array. So basically with map, you're looping over everything just like each, but instead of each, you're changing something in each index, and you're returning a new array with what you changed. So just to demonstrate map, we'll do 2, 3, 4, 5, dot map. Then we'll do n times n times n. And we'll just put this out on the screen. So for every single thing, we're returning a new array, and I can do dot inspect on this just to like make it an array form. So you loop over every n, and you do n times n, and you get a new array of whatever's in the index times whatever else is in the index. So the difference between map and each is that map returns a completely new array that we can choose to mutate based on what we do within our block function. So we're going to save our new mutated array in the variable y. We're going to do y equals x dot map, call the index as n. Then we're going to do n dot split, and we're going to split on the dash. Now, in case you don't remember, I don't even remember if I went over this in the string video, but the dot split method is a method for strings, and basically whenever there's a dash, the split method will cut out that dash, and it'll separate everything, and it's going to put it in a new array. So if that doesn't make any sense, we're going to do puts x, y, z dot split on a dash just to demonstrate the split method, and we get, well, let me inspect it, we get x, y, z. So split returns a new array of characters separated by where there once was the argument you choose. So every time there's a dash, I'm going to take the dash out, and to the left of the dash, that's going to be an index in the new array, and to the right of the dash, that is going to be an index. So you're just breaking up a string where a given character is, and you're separating everything into new indexes. All right. Now we can also use the dot join method. So we'll do, just for demonstration purposes, we can do the dot join. We'll join on nothing right now. We use the dot join to combine everything in the array. So we get like this one word, x, y, z. But if we want to join on a space, we just pass space to the argument. Then we get a string with spaces. So that's exactly what we're going to do right here. We're going to do dot split, dot join, space. And we are going to puts y dot inspect. Forgot my space. And boom, We solved our problem. That was actually pretty quick. So we just needed to, the procedural knowledge we had to know is what method do we call on the array to mutate it and return a new array? What methods do we call on strings to separate strings by a dash? And how do we join? And based on what happens with the split method, we need to know how to join those back in a common sense, readable manner. We can also do y.each boom, boom, boom. And we got our sentences formed. All right. So I feel like I'm not explaining the splits method enough. So with splits, you just pass in a character, and the program basically slices at that character, and then puts it separates on that character, and it creates an array based on where the separations are. I don't know why it's so hard for me to explain, but you probably got that visually just by looking at the program. All right, that's it for this video. Be sure to check out my Flutter tutorial, my React tutorial, and my Python tutorial. Even though Ruby's better than Python, you should still know a little Python. And be sure to check out my blog and podcast. Thank you for watching, and I'm sure you learned something. Play around with the map method on your own. Play around with split, play around with join, etc., etc. And if there's any topics you want me to cover, comment them. Adios.